Ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's Jesse from the original Fast and the Furious, and you're listening to Granny Shifting, the Fast and Furious podcast.
Welcome back to Granny Shifting. Happy Monday. It's Ryan here.
And this is Jason. And today, Ryan's going to be trying his first nicotine pouch.
Yes.
This is actually Granny Shifting, the Fast and Furious podcast with the most episodes and the most loyal followers.
Yes. This is minute 107?
Yeah.
Of the Fast and Furious?
No,
of
67.
Fast and Furious.
107 is misleading.
Right.
1
this
hour
is
and
minute
7.
1 hour and 7 minutes of Fast and Furious from 2009. And I enjoy my fair share of legal drugs, including
and
alcohol.
Science says some drugs
caffeine.
are good for you.
I thought these headphones were supposed to make us not talk over each other.
Yeah, but your wife brought us shots, and it turns out shots make you talk over each other.
And we got these nice beverages. Look, you
What are
can't
we
see them.
drinking? It's
Bailey's.
coffee and liquor and cream.
Yeah. And I do apologize again about
For what?
the nachos episode.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
No, it was a short episode, which helped.
Yeah.
But even the following episode, the nachos were involved. So
With the cat. Yeah. But my mom always said, don't mix your dairy and your liquor. So now we're drinking.
your mom always said that.
No. She never actually told me that, but she should have.
She was. She held.
So I'm a big believer in science. I don't know if you believe in science.
I believe in the internet.
Oh, yeah. Well, the internet says and agrees with science that nicotine is good for you.
Yeah.
Tobacco is not. So luckily, we took the tobacco out of the nicotine. And my brand here today is sponsoring this episode. It's called On. And these will put you on. These will turn you on. These are On pouches, nicotine pouches. These are the 2 milligrams. So these are designed to wean you off of your addiction. But we're going to use them to wean us on.
They do smell like the white lifesavers.
It's wintergreen flavored. So you're going to want to put this into your upper lip, tuck it up nice and tight, and then forget about it. If you start to feel a little weird, just take it out. So nicotine is great for creativity and preventing dementia. So
I have heard that from you a lot. If you hear something enough, you believe that it's true.
Oh. Well. So all honesty, right?
Feels weird.
Just leave it up there.
I'm going to. I feel
If
like my lip
you
is going to
take a
catch on it.
swallow of saliva and it feels like it burns your throat,
Yeah.
take that thing out quickly.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be like sucking these. It'll get you in a
Probably
bad
just
place.
me messing around with it as already.
Nah, just leave it. It should get stuck up there. So, no, for real. So nicotine is supposed to have benefits, like short-term cognitive benefits,
Right.
like creativity and alertness and whatever. But long-term, they found nicotine users they have a far less chance of having dementia and Alzheimer's and other brain-related diseases.
Very interesting.
But normally people get nicotine with tobacco.
Right. Cigarettes.
Yeah, or chewing
Cigars.
tobacco.
Or chewing tobacco.
Which the tobacco plant itself is a carcinogen. Nicotine is not a carcinogen.
Is this only nicotine?
Only nicotine. It's nicotine salts.
Where does nicotine come from?
They can extract it, I guess. It's found in many plants. Lots of plants have it in. Tobacco has it in a high concentration. The problem is the plant tobacco has lots of other things in it that are carcinogens. But nicotine itself is not a carcinogen. It is addictive, though.
Yeah, I see that. Like it says it.
Right.
I don't see that.
But I haven't found much. I mean, I do use these pretty regularly. I haven't found it. I don't know. Addiction's weird.
You don't know you're addicted to something.
But I have gone without it.
Like
by
food.
choice.
You don't know you're addicted to food until
So you
it's
try not to eat for a week and you're like, oh, I feel weird.
3 p.m. in the afternoon. You're like, well, man, I should have eaten today.
Right. It's like that.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel?
I don't feel like I'm throwing up yet.
And that's it for today's episode of Granny Shifting, the Fast and Furious podcast. So all of you, I'm going to do a review on my YouTube channel between some of the different nicotine pouches because there's a big variety. These ones are nice and small. You know what? I won't give away my whole review right now.
Okay, yeah. Swipe up to see Jason's full review.
Check the links.
Check It Out Now. You know there's another Check It Out Now YouTube
Probably.
page.
I need a rebrand. Let me know if you have any ideas.
Is it Check It Out Now or just Check It Out?
Mine's just Check It Out Deals. Let's Check It Out Deals. But it doesn't show up. It's kind of dumb. I don't want it to be, I don't know. I need to rebrand it.
Yeah.
Granny Shifting Reviews.
Welcome to Granny Shifting. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And let's keep rolling on with the minute.
All right. So if you remember, the map got pulled up. We must be in FBI headquarters because we're seeing fingerprints and we get some audio come through.
Yeah.
We are contacting agencies in multiple countries. The lady from earlier in this movie, right?
Kind of like Brian's, not assistant, but like his informations officer.
Right. Information officer. So didn't he go to her earlier and ask her to do something? And she was like, that means we're going to have to contact agencies in multiple countries or whatever.
Yeah.
So now she's literally saying that they're doing that.
So are these prints that we're looking at the ones from the glasses that he stole from the party? Remember?
Yeah.
Because we never saw what happened with those.
Yeah, you're right.
It
must be because they don't have
coming back to that.
They don't have any new intel yet because they don't even know that he's escaped yet.
Right.
Which we find out here.
So it's like the FBI guy is finally going to this lady and he's like, "What's your progress with the Braga case?"
Well, actually, wait a second. He says scan their prints. So there is multiple. This could be.
Well, no, there was 2 prints on the glasses. Remember, there was 2 people in the meeting.
Oh.
There was Campos and Braga.
But couldn't it technically be a completely different case? Like, FBI probably works on a bunch of different cases. Because, well, nothing here actually references the Braga case. But a guy comes in then, and he says, I got O'Connor on line 5.
Yeah.
Like, they got a lot of lines in there, apparently.
We have 6 at Dutch Valley.
Do you have lines? I never, do you just put people on hold? What happens after 6 people are on hold?
There's not usually that many people on hold.
Busy signal?
Probably. We never have that many people on hold.
That's some good customer service.
Oh, yeah. We answer in the first 2 rings every time. Call us 717-394-6278. Ask for Ryan.
10% off. Mention
10% off if you
discount code Granny Shifting.
Yes. I would honor that, honestly.
Oh, yeah. The guy that gives the quotes will give you a discount code. I know how that works. Oh, wait.
Your quote is already 10% more expensive.
Yeah, you have to give me the code before I give you the quote, though. All right, quick story. Completely unrelated.
Okay.
My dad... Oh, man. He needed a tree cut down.
Okay.
And he saw an ad in the merchandiser of this guy he knew. And he called the guy. He's like, hey, can you come cut this tree down? And so the guy came out. He's like, well, how much will this be? And the guy's like, oh, it'll be like $500.
Over the phone?
Well, the guy came out,
I
guess.
Okay.
And then, so he cut the tree down, but he left the tree stump of a huge tree.
Right.
4-foot diameter trunk. About 5 foot off the ground.
That's a lot left.
Yes.
That's like his chainsaw couldn't cut through that anymore.
Yeah.
So he left it.
And my dad was like, well, can you cut this down lower? Then I can grind it out. My dad has a stump grinder. And he's like, well, yeah, I guess I can do that. So he comes back and cuts it off. And then my dad's like, all right, well, here's the 10% off coupon from the merchandiser, the newspaper. And the guy's like, well, I already gave you a really good deal, Joel. Shoot, I shouldn't get my dad's name out.
You did give a fake name just then.
Yeah, I was kidding. That's definitely not his real name. But the guy was like guilt tripped him into not using this.
Well, the thing is, he pays to advertise in the merchandiser.
Right. And that's the reason my dad called him. But my dad was like, all right. And then he said, well, I really should have charged you more than to come back and cut that stump down the whole way.
Yeah.
But I didn't charge you for that. Now you're, come on.
Well, we get some people sometimes.
Joel.
So the only real discount we offer, we have a couple coupons online, and I do have needs to be presented at time of vehicle drop off. The main reason I don't care about it, like they're like $10 off. Like I hate redoing a bill while you're standing at the front counter.
Yeah.
Like if you present the coupon,
Right.
then I have to totally redo all the paperwork, and you have to wait there at the counter while I do it. And so I just want to have it done ahead of time. I'm not going to charge you more because you gave me a 10% or a $10 coupon.
Right.
I don't want to have to do all the paperwork while you're standing right there. And so we offer a AAA discount. And it's the same thing. You have to like present your AAA card up front.
Seems sketchy though. Like, why would it have to be up front?
Because I want to make sure that you're AAA, that you're still a AAA member.
Right.
And so I literally have to run your AAA membership number to make sure you're a AAA member still.
Right.
Because, or you have to wait while I do that afterwards and then redo the bill.
Yeah, it's the redoing the bill that's annoying. But I always thought, like, at a restaurant, I'm like, I wonder if they give me a slightly smaller portion when I use a coupon.
Oh, interesting.
Probably not, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You always hear stuff about that. They're like, oh, yeah, if you're giving them a discount, you just add it on, and then they think they're getting a discount.
But there is like a
Suckers.
cushion. There's a cushion as like the service manager. I can decide like, okay, this person is spending $2,000 and our normal labor rate is $110 an hour. They're
Right.
spending this much money. We had to do this additional work that the customer should have to pay for. But like, well, I'll only charge them $100 an hour.
Right.
Then they get a discount. And, you know, it all kind of, we
Do you
still
tell
make money. They don't have to pay as much money. And then they show up with a AAA member. And I'm like, I already gave you more than a 10% discount
You do that?
without the AAA membership.
Oh, and you'd be like, I can give you the 10% off, but I have to charge you the full amount, and it'll
Yeah.
actually be more.
Like, I actually gave you a bigger discount than the AAA membership discount that was. So, I don't know.
Marketing.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're the VP.
Yeah, you can just make decisions like that. But I was literally told by the AAA rep, like they kind of choose for us what our discount is with like for to be a AAA shop.
How's that work? Do they pay you?
No, they refer customers to us.
That's
We're
your
a AAA
benefit.
shop. They refer customers to us,
Okay.
then we give the customers a discount.
So if you promise
So we get-
AAA, we'll promise you we'll give all your customers a discount if you make us the shop you're referring them to.
Right.
Okay. That's
So
a
it's
fair
kind
trade.
of like making more off of quantity.
Guaranteed
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But he said if people don't show their AAA member up front or their number up front, then you just tell them you give them the discount next time. Like he literally told me that. He's like, you shouldn't have to redo the bill right
The
away.
AAA guy told you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but then next time they come in, they're going to want the discount again.
Hey, I totaled my car again.
No, we don't give any discounts for like the collision shop.
Oh,
So
it's just the auto body?
yeah. Just
Gotcha.
the service shop. Anyway, so we're 14 seconds in. Some random dude hands the big chief a folder.
It's the guy that said O'Connor's on line 5.
Right. He said, you should look at this.
And
And
what would the folder be? If he's got O'Connor on the phone, what folder does he already have that has information?
well, we know after watching the minute.
I forget.
Okay.
We'll find out soon, I guess.
But the chief looks at this guy like, what are you even doing here? Like, he just like, looks at him like, who are you?
Yeah, this guy's got to stick up his bum.
Yeah.
He's not real likable.
Because what was the reason? It's donut day, but he's on a no donut.
Yeah, he's
Diet
on
or-
a diet. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all know what it's like
That
to be
was,
on a
a,
diet.
that was a
It's
couple
no
of
fun.
months ago.
Was it? Or was it a couple days ago?
Well, I mean, on our timeline, months. You know?
So he's looking in the folder, and then he answers the phone. And he says, talk to me, O'Connor. Does he say, hi,
Oh,
Chief Wellington. How can I help you?
that's what the folder is.
The folder is pictures of Brian and Dom together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Traffic cams. So
Yeah.
Brian's on the phone. He says, I got the shipment. And Donut Guy says, where the heck are
What
you?
is his name?
I don't know.
Do
It's
you
on his
remember?
badge right there, but we're not watching in 4K, so we can't read it.
He says, I got the shipment or we got the shipment.
Oh. And Brian says, what are you talking about? Playing dumb.
Yeah.
And
And that's when he explains about
traffic cams in the area. Got pics of you and Toretto together.
in the Hummer.
Yeah.
What area? They're barely over the border. They're in the boonies. What traffic cams?
You think, I bet our, boy, technology is probably this good. If they're like, hey, we're looking for this guy and they can tap into traffic cams, or is this crazy talk? What do you think?
I don't think there's any traffic cams in this area that would have even seen them.
Oh, because they're in like the desert?
Let alone at night through a dusty Hummer windshield.
Yeah, that's true. But do you think the technology's there for that?
Yes.
That they could, like, if you...
That quickly, though?
Yeah.
Is this hours later or minutes later?
So I feel like FBI technology is far advanced than they tell us. But when it comes to people like me and you, it doesn't really matter. Like, they could care less what we do. If they wanted to track us, figure things out, they could, but, like, they don't care.
But we know
us.
how misleading that and those cams can be because you've gotten multiple tickets
That's true.
for taking a trailer through an easy pass.
Or, like, vehicles that aren't mine. Occasionally you get a ticket. You're like, oh, you can see on the license plate, that's an L, and they thought it was an I, and so they sent me a ticket. Like, I don't own this vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if they've lost or made money since they've started doing the cams for, like, license plates for, like, the turnpike.
Made money.
You think so?
Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. They don't have to pay the people to be in the booths.
Yeah.
Those people are never in a good mood either.
I wouldn't be, honestly, with that job. That's so boring.
Any job, right?
That's so boring.
Right?
I love my
sucks.
job. Podcasting full time, that's my passion.
Yeah, because you were a little worked up earlier when we were having technical difficulties.
I was.
You're like, I hate Media Player. We're watching the movie in Media Player right now because VLC, for some reason, won't project the volume through our new headphones, which are awesome. But Media Player gives us sound. VLC does not. And Media Player, when we press pause and play while we're talking on the podcast, it covers up the subtitles, which is really nice to see when we're like explaining to you what's going on.
And if we go back and then hit play, it doesn't play. You have to literally click the timeline. But I do think that Media Player is probably meant to play like videos, not movies. What do you think?
I think it was originally designed to give cool designs and flashing, bumping colors that bounce around on your screen as you
listen to Evanescence.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, man.
Amateur dad knows what I'm talking about.
All right. So Brian's playing dumb like he doesn't know that Dominic was with him. The chief guy is like, you bring in the shipment and Toretto now. So it's changed. It's not just the shipment that he's worried about. Now he's like, the chief is like, shipment? I can get them both.
Is that the suitcase?
Yeah. What is the suitcase in the Humvee? Did we see it?
He did not grab the suitcase.
He didn't grab it. Did they load it in the Humvee?
Right. Did he grab the vehicle with it? Like, why? They don't want the drugs. They want the guy that's moving the drugs.
Right.
So Brian's
but they don't know what they're shipping. Well, they don't know if it is drugs. Could be weapons. Could be like we don't know.
That's
even.
True. But Brian is trying to talk himself way out of this.
Yeah.
He says,
he doesn't say anything.
No, he did.
Oh, what? Oh, here. Let me go back.
Oh, he said we have an opportunity here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to back up on. He said we have an opportunity here, and Boss Man's like, no. Bring in the shipment and bring in Toretto.
Right.
And Brian said, I thought the whole point was
to get Braga.
And Brian said, he said, Brian, the clock is stop ticking. Bring them in. Are we clear?
This is typical Brian O'Connor. Why he wasn't a good police officer. Why he's not a good FBI agent. Instead of saying we are clear, he just hangs up the phone
and stares at the road. And there's something on the road.
A unicorn. I mean, blood.
Yeah, blood.
I tricked all of our listeners. Like, what? I missed
blood
that.
In a trail. A lot of blood, actually.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting. Dom was shot in the right shoulder blade.
Mm-hmm.
How could he be walking in a way that would leave blood trails behind him?
He also took an entire trip to a highway and parked under an underpass. And at this point, his blood should be coagulating a bit.
I would think so.
So to walk, that would have to drip, pretty far. Like soak his shirt and start dripping.
Right.
He was also on the seat, so that would have absorbed a bunch. So
once
you start walking, it'd take a little bit to get some drips. We're talking like there's a blood trail.
Right, like
It's
a
not
steady
like a drop.
trail.
Yeah, it's not a drop every 24 inches. It's a splatter every 4 inches.
Right. That's a lot. 4 inches is a lot.
So what do you think they're insinuating? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all you need.
The
track
Dom
him.
is nearby, bleeding out.
And that Brian's going to track him down.
Brian
and
is
bring him in?
so concerned about Dom that he hangs up the phone with his
You
employer.
think he's concerned about his health? Because I was kind of thinking what he's seeing here is an opportunity to be able to reclaim Dom and bring in what his boss wants.
Which is what?
Dom
Both of them.
and the package.
I don't think that he would betray Dom like that.
No, but
Like,
aren't they
betray.
insinuating that? Like, he does have a way to get to Dom now. We think Dom disappeared, but, well, we have a blood trail to find him.
Right. I don't think Dom is that far away. He's like at the back of the truck thinking.
He's just leaning on the back.
Yeah. I don't know.
Brian's going to give him his shirt. He could give him the keys of the Hummer.
I would love if Brian took off his shirt and gave it to Dom.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've seen a shirtless Paul Walker.
Yeah, I think he kind of let himself go before he passed away.
What a bad string of words to put together. That's
I'm just kidding.
things people will say at my funeral.
Ryan hasn't taken his shirt off recently, so we knew it was coming.
Yeah. Man. At Fuel Fest,
Yeah.
it was good to see some familiar cars from Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. We got to see, I don't know why I thought about this. In my mind, it all connected. Paul Walker. You know, there's like all this like rip Paul Walker. It was his 40th? 50th birthday?
Wow.
Like a couple days after Fuel Fest, and like Tyrese was posting stuff and people were posting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it was right around the Fuel Fest that we went to. And they had the Paul Walker. They called it the hero car from the second movie, which was the Lancer.
Oh, yeah.
We got pictures by that. They had the Supra there from the first movie.
Check our Instagram.
They had the Challenger from the first movie. I was surprised they had the Civic.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
One of them. There was a
Yeah.
bunch of like remake cars, but the Supra did have a piece of 8x11 paper under the windshield wiper, and it said movie
Right.
on it. Which, like, is it a movie car? Like, does that mean it was
Right.
actually a car from
the
the movie?
Challenger or the Charger did not.
No, and the Charger was owned by that Dom lookalike guy, and his name is like something Charger.
Yeah.
But the movie
Fueled up Charger or something like
a
that.
piece of paper that says movie.
Yeah.
Oh, like yeah, we know it looks like the one from the movie. You got the wrong hood on it.
Oh, did they? I didn't think about it.
Yeah, it wasn't
okay.
like that's a very specific hood to that movie. They didn't have that.
But see, I didn't think about it. So much of it was the same that I didn't think
Right.
about the hood being
Well, the
wrong.
wheels are wrong too, but that stuff can change.
When you walked up to it, you're like, "Oh, the wheels are wrong," or like after the fact, you're like, "Did somebody tell you that?" Or you recognize
No,
that the
I
wheels are
recognize
wrong?
it.
Really?
Yeah,
You must be more astute than I am.
I was a wheel guy. I was into wheels, you know.
Yeah.
But I did think it was funny. One of our patrons that came with us, I'm not going to mention him by name, but he told me later there was a moment we were it was hot.
It was so
hot.
I literally stood just like away from the group in the shade because I'm like, it is so hot. It felt good in the shade.
Well, he told me, he's like, yeah, the one part he's like, I didn't know if I was just going to pass out. And I thought I should probably get water. And I thought, why didn't you just say something?
Yeah. Well, because
But I
water
thought
was
that was
$5 a
It
bottle.
was $5 a bottle.
Yeah.
So it was Gatorade.
Yeah.
So
Electrolytes and stuff.
which would you get?
I mean, if there was a stand there giving out free water, that's where I would
I
go.
would go there and I would listen to their podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So next year,
For sure. I wonder how much it is to get custom labels on water bottles.
who cares?
Look into that.
People are going to throw them right out.
That's,
Give them the sticker with it.
okay. I will.
And we're going to blast Granny Shifting podcast
From our booth.
from our booth. Just our voices broadcasting onto the car show.
Yes. That would be
Us
perfect.
talking about nacho eating and
There's a point I was so proud of myself. They were doing trivia and they asked a question about
Fast and Furious trivia.
Right. And
To win
there's like
stuff.
a stage and a group of 100 people. I'm bad at estimating.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people crowded around a stage, the main stage at the event.
Right.
And they're doing trivia from the stage.
And this is very early on in the event, pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we noticed people came more as the evening went on. But there's people gathered around in this. And the trivia question was, what does Jesse call the model of car that he is racing against at Race Wars?
Yeah.
Right? Something to that extent. And someone yelled out, S2000. And that was wrong. And someone else yelled out, Honda 2000.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's right. Honda
Yes.
2000. And then he's like, and a follow-up question. And I right then said, $100,000.
Yeah, Ryan said the answer is going to be $100,000.
And then the question was, how much money does Brian say is under the hood of the S2000? And you yelled out $100,000.
He was halfway through the question.
Right.
He said, how much money does Brian say? And I yelled, $100,000.
Right.
And then he finished it, and I kept yelling it, and then he awarded it to somebody on the other end of the crowd.
Somebody closer to him.
And the lady in front of us was like, what?
Right.
This guy yelled it way before that guy.
Yeah. But I was proud of myself that I could anticipate what the question was going to be.
And I vocalized it for you.
Right. Thank you. I knew internally that I won that.
That's why we
I
made
could have got
a
that
good team.
sticker.
It wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
We'll have our own trivia from our booth next year. But that's the end of minute.
It's a lot of promises to make, Ryan.
Wait, this is not this whole time. Have I been calling this minute 67 or 107? This is 106.
No, it's 66.
It's right. It's minute 66, 1 hour and 6 minutes. I think I started this by saying it was minute 67.
I don't remember.
I think this Windows Media Player has me all messed up in so many ways. So
I hate this. We hate podcasting.
no, I love
Ryan
it. It's my
hates
passion. That and Apex and service managing and family.
And friends.
And friends. I don't have friends. I got family.
Oh, right.
Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
Chicken's dry. I'm Jason.
And always remember,
Winning's winning.